Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the NDA Podcast. Today, I'm joined by Kevin. No X, unfortunately, live, but he will be giving his opinions a little later on in the podcast. But, Week 3, let's talk about it. We got a bunch of games to go over, as well as some of our opinions and thoughts on how our games went, as well as some of the games of the week that we're going to be covering. So, all that and more, talking about some of the Week 4 games that we can look forward to, that will be games of the week. This is being recorded just a little bit later, so there are some games that are finished. It's not all completed, so we won't give any spoilers for that just yet, but another podcast will be coming out covering Week 4 in its entirety. But first, we need to cover Week 3. So, without further ado, Kevin, thank you for joining me.
Thanks for having me. Shout out to Wex for not being here and also for not playing his Week 3 match, as you can all visibly see. Wex is, he's a great member to our community and our league, as you can... No, Wex was traveling, unfortunate scheduling issues. But yeah, we have... Our game of the week first on the schedule for Week 3 is the Philly Flygons and Rustboro Roaring Moons. I'll talk through the entire replays as Justin will show us. Justin, can you zoom in? Is that a thing?
Ooh, no can do, man.
Oh, brother, this is gonna be great.
Can you not see? Are you blind?
I can see it. It's just tiny. I've never heard that before, so this is really new.
This is actually an average size. If anything, it's a little too big. We got to make this smaller. How to...
I don't think it's gonna work.
Control key, then press plus or minus. Okay. Control.
Yes.
Let's go!
Learning things.
Wax, cut that one out. Cut that one out.
Learning how to internet live on the podcast.
It's honestly way too big, but we'll take it. I usually do.
Anyway, yeah. So we have Charisma versus Swamp. This was our designated game of the week for, I think, just two really high power coaches. We see the leads here: Espeon, Heatran, Spectre, Klefki. I think we see the Muck, Justin. Justin, what are your thoughts on Muck?
Fuck Muck. Muck is stupid. I hate this power of alchemy. I hate this fucking minimized bullshit. I hate this fucking Pokemon. I hate this coach with this strategy, toxifying our entire league. But otherwise, from an objective perspective, this works pretty well. Skill swap, you get the prankster and stuff like that, and then you can change to the Muckalola, and you could get your substitute off prankster wise and all that kind of stuff, and toxic, and he's not bad. But I just wish I had thought about it sooner. It's a really good strategy to have. It's really annoying to go against, and I'm glad I don't face this coach.
At all?
I know, not at all.
Nice.
So I don't have to deal with this. If I see this in the postseason, I might just cry. So.
Well, we see the Muck setting up here behind a sub, might I add. To be fair, Swamp is landing the hexes through the evasions. This Espeon's clicking Dazzling Gleam in front of the 4 times weak Urshifu. Just we can speed it up a little bit if you want. We got the double Terra Fairy on this turn, and yeah, Muck is just spamming sub through these evasion clauses, and
clauses.
The evasion, yeah,
Phrases.
Yeah. There we go. Well, I was mixing it with because usually it's banned in any other draft league, but shout out,
banned.
So you're absolutely banned for running evasion unless you're playing VGC, but we see the Urshifu actually live a Terra Fairy Dazzling Gleam from Espeon. That's actually pretty impressive on the Swamp's end. But
Light Screw was up. I'm pretty sure.
Well, there you go. That's very true. Shout out Klefki. Shout out the Keys. But it just looks like from this, even though the Muck is really low, it's just like Swamp just feels so far behind because you just have to put so many resources into hitting this Muck. And the skill swap shenanigans between Power of Alchemy and now Espeon has Prankster, so it's just Oh, and the muck has prankster because it minimizes going first. Like this is
Yep.
things are just happening. Like honestly,
And
never thought I would see something like
minimize
this.
it's +2 to the evasiveness. It's not +1, it's +2. So now he's at full evasiveness. He's gonna be dodging everything.
Hover over the muck spread again. The muck set. Look at that. Look at that move set. Minimize, sub, toxic. Not even an attacking move. Someone needs to just taunt this muck. Someone just needs to
Literally,
bring taunt.
all you need is you need to be poison type, or you need to be steel type, and you counter this set immediately. There is nothing that you can do. The only problem is going to be obviously Espeon. But if you go steel, then you're kind of set.
Kind of chilling.
Heatran, yeah, Heatran in the back. But if it's this, and you're seeing this, you can manage, right?
So Swamp actually takes out both Mons there, but like, I think the damage had been done at that point. Like, I just once you can like chip away and be annoying for 13 turns. And bring in something like Rillaboom Heatran, it's just kind of hard to come back from. I mean,
yeah.
And Heatran lives the low kick. I mean, from there, maybe if the low kick picks up, Swamp has a chance, but it would have died.
Case, Rillaboom might have high horsepower. I don't know.
Yeah, it probably picks up the Klefki, and Charisma wins the game anyway. So, just like the stalling and whittling down of the Espeon Muck set was just like, it's just too much to come back from. I would maybe like to see what have happened if Swamp like maybe just went after the Espeon a little sooner, but I don't know. We move into game 2. The sides have flipped. We see these there we go. The sides are no longer flipped, and we see Sneasel, Urshifu, Espeon, Heatran, and we see the Rillaboom switch in. No muck like last game, and then a very unfortunate miss on the Exo Crash. You know, that could be a flinch, crit, anything. But with no light screen, Urshifu just dies. Unfortunate. And this Espeon is just able to kind of sit here. And this Dazzling Gleam breaking sub into knockoff. I mean, at least this is like a more hyper offense game. Like this Sneasel's already whittled down. It's just already over. The muck, bringing in the muck for the immune to T-Wave was just kind of toxic at that point, honestly. And this game's already over. Like, we don't even have to watch the rest of it. It's just a Klefki getting kind of piled on. Feels bad, man. But shout out Charisma. Big win. You know, game 1 was kind of ugly, but at least game 2, he played it in an honorable fashion, we'll say. Next, we move to me versus Jay. Justin, you can put this onto this max speed. Like, just play. I'll talk through it kind of quickly. It's actually pretty zoomed in, which is pretty nice.
Well, that's because I zoomed in.
Oh, you already on it. Oh, that's okay. Maybe not hyper fast. Yeah. So basically, the strat here was lead Golduck and have Valiant. Golduck shut down the weather, and so he led Lilligant Torkoal game 1. I shut down the weather, and I doubled into the Lilligant to break Sash, and without the sun, Valiant was faster. And from there, it was just about limiting Trick Room. I was wide lens on Golduck, just waiting to land a Hydro Pump into Torkoal, because it picked up every time, not in the sun. And then, yeah, I had Tinglu in the back to deal with Cress and whatever else he threw at me. But pretty straightforward game. Like, you can skip to the next one, honestly. It was just kind of over from there. I stopped Trick Room. Oh, Trick Room eventually went up, but it was just way too late to even, like, matter at that point. Game 2 went a little different. This went Goth and Torkoal, which was kind of maybe a little predictable. I don't really understand the Grass Terra on Goth here. Was interesting. I was running bug moves because he has Brute Bonnet, which, I mean, he didn't bring, but X-Scissor is 4 times super effective, so I was going to try and pick off Brute Bonnet with that, but yeah, I think I preserved Torkoal. Do I double
preserve Torkoal?
Sorry, I meant to preserve Golduck for the Torkoal, but I guess it wasn't in much danger. I just need to like if I save Golduck for Torkoal, I was in a good spot. I think at all times. I even had Terra Grass to deal with sleep and stuff, or just deal with Lilligant. Like he's clicking Solar Blade out of the sun here. Like I just felt like I was in a really good spot. And yeah, with the Terra Grass, I resist. I can deal with Cresselia in the back with Iron Tinglu, and yeah, just from here, I feel like in a good spot despite Trick Room being up.
Did you realize that your nickname said caps lock on?
Yeah, I did it on purpose.
That's cringe.
No.
That's cringe.
Never cringe. I kind
Did you
of.
just get a double protect off?
No, I don't think so.
I thought you did.
Never. Not me.
Torkoal did game 1, but
Never, not me. I called the double protect there, switched in Golduck, which was really nice, and then protected the stall Trick Room out. Was a really good play on my, if I do say so myself. Then I proceeded to land the Hydro Pump the next turn. And so he could have protected Torkoal and tried to set Trick Room, but I could have doubled Crest and stopped Trick Room. I kind of just made a read there. I think the objective better play was to double Crest and stop Trick Room from going up, but went for the read, got it, and we win our match. Your boy versus Quirts. Let's watch through this really quickly. We don't want to go take up all your lovely people's time. We see the Thunderous Treads into Carbink and Glacier. I actually don't think I watched this game, so this is going to be kind of interesting.
it's called Body Press the movie.
Ah, that's interesting. This is a really cool Electric Terrain to proc the Quark Drive, and then Trick Room, you don't even get to see it, but Iron Defense plus Quark Drive Defense. Very, very, very cool. Yeah, Quartz, the team he brought was very weak to Body Press, and not able to really get the belly drum off, as we can see here. They get
he gets the flinch.
Double protect to stall Trick Room, and that's what we call on Fortnite. And yeah, Quartz just doesn't have the resources to finish this game out after that. Shout out your boy. Your boy is the most innovative draft league player, I think. This dude, even though he has the same team every week, it is never the same ever. We see game 2 here. We see a different lead from Quartz to try and cope the fake out. Do we see the covert cloak? We do see the covert cloak. Such just stuff like that is just I mean, it's kind of basic, not basic, but it's just things you expect from your boy at this point to be prepped for. We see the setup again from Iron Treads in a great position here to just start picking up things. I'm kind of intrigued on how this Iron Tread... So, Quartz just goes for the nasty plots. Not worried about any moves here. The double into a good protect. And Avalanche is really cool. I like Avalanche on Horse as... if you're not running Trick Room per se, and you take damage and an Avalanche is double power and it doesn't miss, then it's a pretty good brain from Quartz. I just think the... without Trick Room, the Iron Treads is just too set up here. He can just steamroll from there. We'll see how it takes doesn't even go for the treads, Quartz. So, yeah, I mean, just gonna just survive the entire game and pick up the eventual dub. So shout out to your boy. Your boy is undefeated, I do believe. If you want to scan over to the standings real quick, I mean, it might be some week 4 spoilers, but I believe yes, the Denver Numals are at 3-0 after this week. Maybe some week 4 spoilers in there. Let's quickly go back to week 3 before we spoil anything else. What's next? Your match, Justin.
Yay! Okay, so my match. I think I played pretty well. Bacon Lettuce is my initials. Yeah, I know. Here we have Snow. This is a couple of different pickups that Kaylee was able to get for this week. I guess they assumed that this would be better for their team than what they initially had. I believe it was Greninja and some other mon. But they dropped that. They add Abomasnow, they add Rotom Frost. So, and they also add Iron Jugulus. So, I'm playing against basically an entirely different team than we've seen for the past 2 weeks prior to this. And I'm also looking for my first win. I'm at this point, struggling to get a first win. So, really need to pick up the pace and find myself in the winners column.
Needed a bounce back after the loaded dice scandal
Okay,
of 20.
we're not. We're good. We're good on that, right? We're done. We're done talking about that. Okay.
I am now. Yeah, you can go.
But yes. So here we have just outspeeding with Sandy Shocks strategically so that I can set up this. I guess it doesn't really matter the speed, but just so I can set up the gravity so I can keep going for hypnosis. The crit kind of sucks, but I'm able to live, able to be faster than Abomasnow. Knowing this, I see the Blizzard, I went slower, or I was slower than Rotom Frost. I immediately know, okay, this thing is scarfed. I don't have to worry about it too much. I'm able to put both to sleep, and that's when we can start putting in some work. Lumina Crash, start chipping away at it. Flash Cannon, it was going to be super effective, but it wasn't. Aurora Veil gets set up, but that's really not going to stop me here.
Who gonna stop me?
Who gonna stop me? Yeah, exactly. Able to pick off the Rotom Frost with the -2 special defense. Then here we have Iron Jug and Abomasnow still out. Probably should have targeted Abomasnow here and killed it, knowing that I can probably just put Iron Jug to sleep, and I'm faster than Abomasnow. I think that probably would have been the better play. Don't know why I didn't do that. I opted for instead
and then
Thunderbolt and Iron Jug when I could have just put it to sleep.
And then you had the Dazzling Gleam here, right? Because gravity ran up.
Exactly. And the Dazzling Gleam, I was just looking for chip. I thought it might kill Abomasnow, but man, this is bulky.
8%.
And I have a good amount of special attack investment. So I'm able to just get picked off in this case. I went for the gravity again. So what I could have done is I could have just protected the Espathra here. I'm pretty sure on this set I did have protect. So if I just protected and I set up the gravity, then I could put anything to sleep that I wanted to. Unfortunately, I didn't do that. A lot of mistakes in this first game for sure. But this allows me to pull out Mousehold. I get the friend guard up. I start follow me. I'm going to Thunderbolt right into Iron Jug. Abomasnow is still asleep at this point. Not expecting it to wake up, but of course it does. Lands the Blizzard. But from here, it's just kind of a cleanup. Fluttermane is inevitably going to pick up some kills. That's really not an issue, per se. It's just, it is what it is. So, one Rage Fist into Fluttermane here will do the trick. That's game one.
Bro,
game two?
Couldn't preserve the differential. Feels bad.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. Game two, Kaylee leads Fluttermane, Rotom. And I just go straight into Mousehold and Annihilate and set up my Rage Fist. I feel as though that's probably the best course of action in this case. And I'm surprised that Drain Punch didn't kill. I was confident it was going to. I also was kind of confident I was going to be taking some damage here. So that was the mentality I had. If I had to take a Thunderbolt or something like that, I was going to be able to eat it, get the health back. But that didn't happen. It lives on 3. And I never even took any damage, so feels bad. I could have just Rage Fisted, and I could have had a day.
I mean, that's hindsight. I still think it was a good play. It was safe.
Yeah, I don't think it was the worst play. Definitely going into Fluttermane here was the best play for me at that point. I'm able to go into Sandy Shocks, get some speed up. I know I'm faster than Rotom, so I don't need to go into it necessarily. The Paralyze I thought was going to be it for me. But,
yeah, that's always rough, but you break through.
Yeah, I'm able to fight through that.
Rage Fist is just mega boosted at this point.
Oh yeah, at this point I think it's like ×5. Yeah. So I'm just gonna be able to one-shot everything that's on the field without an issue. So yeah, and we preserve differential.
Yes, sir.
And I'm able to get that off. Yeah. So.
I think going from Sandy Shock to Spathra into like Mouse Ape, like just completely switching it up, is like people gotta don't sleep. It's hard to play against both. I think so. Like it was a really good strat for sure.
One's like you're trying to will-o-wisp or you're trying to mitigate attack in some way, shape, or form. In the other, it's I'm whittling you down with hypnosis or I am chipping away at you special attackingly. So depending on which mode that I lead off with or I switch to, can definitely change the pace of the game. So, but with that being said, I'm able to get the 2-0 win, and it was pretty fine. Definitely some optimizations I could have had to have better differential, better decision making that I could have had. But obviously hindsight's 2020. At the time I thought it was best, but I still was able to get the win. So we take the 2-0, we take the 3 points, get myself in the win column, and we move on. Speaking of moving on, we have Riolu versus John Paul W95.
Phoenix.
Phoenix.
Is this our final? Is this our final Naranja game?
Yeah, no.
No, 2 more. Okay. All right, we see the Hatterene, Luxray, and the Toxicroak intimidate straight into competitive Articuno. Very interesting lead when you know there's competitive on the other side. And this is another week where we see the Imprisoned Trick Room, and I'm not sure that Riolu was like ever worried about clicking Trick Room, and maybe he's just like not getting like the most out of your first turn with a +2 Articuno. But Psychic Terra boosted Freezing Glare is just absolutely taking names right now. Doing so much damage, and I don't think like Riolu just doesn't have like the speed at this point to cope. The Calm Mind here is a little greedy.
That was definitely greedy. I saw that and I was just like, why?
Yeah.
You could just hit him with a Freezing Glare and do a bunch of chip.
I'm pretty sure this was Specs Electrode. Absolutely like doing so much damage. We'll see in game 2. I'm pretty sure it picks up its -2 special attack and picks up the bundle. Like we'll see here momentarily.
No, I think you're absolutely
right.
That's what happened.
Actually crazy.
I don't think it was at full health. I think it was chipped a little bit.
Okay.
Like maybe something. I forget what it was. But yeah.
Can we talk about Toedscruel? I am not a fan of Toedscruel. I feel like every time it is brought out in a draft league match, I don't think I've ever seen it get off something really good. It's just like I don't know, I feel like it just gets sent out there to die. It's like its ability.
Kind of its goal.
Its ability is so bad. Like it gets Trick Room and Spore and stuff, but like it just never gets it off. Like I just feel like it's so like I guess if you defensively Terra, you can get it off, but like just felt really bad here, honestly. Unfortunate Hydro Pump miss. You know they happen. It do what it be. We see the bundle preserve itself in front of the Electrode, and we see the discharge here, which is really interesting. It does like nothing to either of Riolu's team members, and it's just like absolutely destroying his own Toxicroak.
Yeah.
Which, you know, hey, fair enough. I mean, it wasn't like doing too much. We see the Volt Switch back into bundle. We see the Ceruledge getting set up here. The Ceruledge ate the discharge really well, considering it's not like AV or anything. Like we see the bulk up there. I thought maybe it might have been AV, but this Electrode is just free to sit here and just click discharge, man. Wait. It's not Specs. Wait, what? I swore it was Specs. Wait, that's crazy. Oh my god. Okay, so it got the Volt Switch out. What item is it then? Like Magnet? Like what? Because we will see it pick up the bundle later, and it's just insane how much damage it does. Bundle's got no spadef, man. We see Phoenix setting up here a little bit. The Sash, Chempal helps it a lot. And we'll see the +1 Dragon Claw pick up the boost. Oh, it was boosted Ceruledge. Terra Steel, Dragonite for defense here. I think was a really good call. See the Iron Head into the Protect. Eerie Impulse. Yeah, see the Eerie Impulse into Electrode. And then, yeah, okay. It was at like 70%. It was just...
I took a Sucker Punch from Toxicroak earlier on. Yeah.
Yeah, just crazy.
I knew it wasn't 100.
Yeah.
It wasn't 100, but...
Just crazy to me that it did, like, it just doesn't take that. We see the crit and then the Iron Head finish. I just think Phoenix preserved his pieces really well. Like, despite the buffs, the drops, like, it just put him in a good position to win. Riolu was getting outpaced pretty badly, and it just put Phoenix in a good position to pick up the dub. We have 2 more games to cover for you. X will cover the rest. We have the last game in the Naranja division here. Gummy versus Will. We have Green Monster versus Articuno Sucks, which is, not true, as we've come to realize. Another Terra Fairy.
Articuno's pretty good.
Another Terra Fairy evolution. We see Jolteon pick up Terra Fairy here, and it just dies to Surging Strikes. Decent lead by Gummy. The Terra Fire Urshifu, I think it makes a lot of sense here. Doesn't want to, it doesn't want to get burned. It covers for a couple different things like bramble gas and whatnot.
Bleak windstorms landing, man.
Yo, Will does not miss. Will does not. I don't care if obviously it won't miss in rain. There's no rain here. Will does not miss bleak windstorm, dude. I'm telling everyone, it's actually insane.
Protect through there. It hit the protects. If they didn't protect, they were taking it.
He misses one.
There's one.
There's one. He does miss one.
But he dodges the rocks.
It dodges the rocks. Yeah, like there's swings and roundabouts. Like he wasn't gonna miss and then like not get rewarded. Still, you know, it was just like never gonna happen. But Will's down to both trainers down to their last two here. With good protect from both coaches there. And we're back at square one. Heat wave miss is big. But it dodges the rock slide. Like it's actually insane. Air Slash does a ton from Life Orb Moltres, though. And we see the chilling water into Crook. Good tech from Will. And just
miss again.
Yeah, I think the miss is what eventually does cost Will Wait, does? I don't know if Will win. Moxie helps a lot. I don't know if... I think single target Earthquake picks up the game for Gummy. And, like... I mean, I guess the misses do... cause Will to lose there, but I mean he also like dodged a lot, so I mean it's fair, I guess. Let's see if Will can adjust here. Go straight into Quillfish. We see the protect from Urshifu and the taunt into the Tornadus. So Gummy was choice scarf Murkrow there to outspeed and taunt the Tornadus, which is really cool. I think. I mean, kind of limits you, but I think the idea is pretty cool. But Bleak Windstorm, man, it doesn't miss, and it just picks up Urshifu, which is, like, kind of crazy to me. And Bleak Windstorm kills, even though Crook just Terra rocks, and it's just, like, this, Tornadus is just doing so much damage. And at this point, I just think...
It's putting in so much work.
Oh, it's actually insane. And, I think he can just... Will can, like, switch around and position himself here with, just... These Pokemon are really low health. This Choice Scarf, Murkrow, and yeah, Bleak Windstorm doesn't miss, as we've come to find out. And that is the game. Will adjusts well, and we send it to our first Game 3 of this week. And we see the Gothita and Urshifu. Very interesting adjustment from Gummy. We'll see what he goes for with the Gothita. Goes for Fake Out. Protect does not stop Urshifu. It does stop the Fake Out, though. But Torn hangs on. And we see a taunt from the Quillfish. Predicting the Bleak Windstorm. Gummy properly switches. Really good switch, in my opinion, here. And foul play. Gothita with a kill, ladies and gentlemen. Would not have had that on my...
I was surprised when I put that one down.
And would have not had that on my bingo card coming into week 3. We see the Florges Terra and Moonblast into the Dragouge. And the Sludge Bomb... Terrafire helps it live the Sludge Bomb. This is looking good for Gummy so far. We see the Chi-Yu switch in, the Gothita switch in, Terra flying on the, which is really interesting. Terra flying,
yeah,
whew, just balloon and Terra flying, and then the Draco kill. What a turn from Will! I think that is just like a game-winning turn right there. Psychic from picks up the Urshifu. And from there, I think Gummy can just speed run. Will can just speed run this victory with all the special damage on the field. I mean, I think Gummy was arguably in a really good spot there to win. And then the Terra Flying Draco from Will just was game changing, absolutely insane. Like what a play. And Will goes to 3-0, also undefeated. We have Wex talking about most of the games here, but Justin will go into detail about the Paldea Bulls and Celadon Stuffle.
So this is a really interesting one right here. Now let's look at this.
Now watch this drive.
Dondozo versus Arboliva. Well, if we're being honest, I think after this set, I mean before I knew, but this set I realized Arboliva is a menace. This thing
I am a menace.
Die. I am a menace, sucking his dick till he finished.
Whoa. That was not where I was going with that.
That's the lyrics, no?
Sorry. Okay, anyway. We see this Storm Drain Tatsu.
It's not even trying to go with the Dondozo. It's on its own. It's Storm Drain, which is wild. Not expected. Absolutely great bring. Great surprise to counter this Urshifu. We also see another Gothita for some reason. But great bring. Gonna Terra Blast. And Tatsugiri, spoiler alert, gets 4 kills in this first game. It gets all 4 kills. Absolutely going ham. Charizard flinches. Muddy Water picks up Gothita easily. Gets the drop for the... Oh my god. The Life Orb just taking so much damage, taking names.
Is that a Choice Scarf Donphan we're looking at? Like, why was... Oh, wait. It's faster than Charizard, right? It was? It had to have been Scarfed, right?
It might have been.
I think it had to have been. I'm pretty...
It might have been, yeah.
Okay, and very interesting. Oh, no. We're getting a milkshakes ad from the music I've had on YouTube. Mom, I apologize. No.
But then we also see the unfortunate forfeit. Sir Pinky and other people that keep forfeiting. Please fucking stop. Man, I mean, obviously the kill's gonna go to Tatsugiri here. But in other cases, it's not so obvious. So if we're trying to keep accurate stats, and if you want to make sure that everything that you have is accurate in terms of the kills, please just stop forfeiting. Just want to make that very known. I don't care if you're going to lose 4-0 and it's over in 2 turns. Let it be over in 2 turns and then move on with your life.
Spoilers, we are into a lot of week 4, obviously, and I think we were good this week on the forfeit, so keep it up.
Griffin, I think.
Was that week 4?
It might have been week 4. It might have been week 3.
Well, Lex will go over it if it was.
Yeah. But yeah, moving on, we have game 2. So same lead from before. I mean, possibly. You have Zoroark here, so you don't know if it is Helping Hand, and then Dragon Pulse into Arboliva. Eats Citrus Berry immediately. Strength Stat takes away the health, gets the health back. Citrus Berry again. This thing's at full health. This thing's at full health already. And we see the Hyper Voice, and that's when we know, okay, this thing is not actually Donphan. And if that belief before was right about the Donphan from Game 1 being Scarfed, then we know for sure since you go Helping Hand and then Hyper Voice.
Yeah, I don't think I don't think Zoroark gets Rock Slide. I could be wrong, but it might have just been Zoroark the whole time. I don't know if it gets Rock Slide. I'll do some research afterwards. But
it was faster than Charizard, which is a little...
How did it take Chip?
It took a fake out.
Okay, then that was Donphan.
It was Scarfed.
Okay.
Had to be.
That's like
no
good.
way he's like min speed Charizard.
That's like a good disguise, I guess, until you actually see the moves. Like if you know that Scarf Donphan is going turn 1, and then game 2 you switch it to the Zoroark. That's like, and it's like fast anyway. And that's like a pretty good disguise until you see the moves, obviously. But pretty cool from Cashel, for sure.
But yeah, so we see here that this is definitely not Donphan. So, taunting the Arboliva, that'll mitigate the strength saps, but Cleaver just gonna pick up the Tatsugiri, the menace with the Stone Axe. Giga Drain's doing a shit ton of damage. Just in general, you know, and then the Stone Axe breaking Sash here could be big. Giga Drains do go ham. So, and it is big. Giga Drains do go ham. Arboliva, still alive, not dying, refusing. Immediately Terra, not necessary. Probably could have kept that in the back pocket, but if it's Choice Scarf Houndoom, then this is probably the best place to have that. Not sure. I don't think it was Hound. Like you can tell it's not Choice Scarf here.
Yeah.
Just because Charizard's going, but stuff. I was Tailwind though, so maybe not. But.
I think it like totally makes sense that Castile played it this way. Like it's really hard to run Dozo with the commander setup when your opponent has Prankster Haze on Murkrow. So fair enough to Castile to try to play out without it, but Arboliva the movie happened as well.
Yeah, Arboliva just actually went in completely. And there's really not anything for it. We got
There's two Don fans!
Which one is it?
Stone Axe. I did not know Stone Axe could miss. We learn something new every day. The illusion breaks, and Shadow Ball picks up the cleaver this time. Dude, this Arboliva is strong, brother. It is surviving.
Dude. The Giga Drains match with the Citrus, and then you get the
Harvest.
Sunny Day up.
Oh
My god. Murkrow picking up the kill with the foul play. Giga Drain again. I mean, it's just a work of art. It's a work of art.
Look at them together, but not together. Who would have thought?
Yeah, it's a little weird, isn't it? Sunny Day, just the Terra Blast actually does damage here. It does some work, and Wave Crash is gonna do the same thing. But at this point, the close combat's killing Tatsugiri. You're running out of options.
It lived. It lived -1. It lived -1 Terra. Oh, because the water, Terra Water. Terra Water was huge.
Yeah.
Absolutely massive.
And then here, foul play is just gonna pick up the Dundozo. So, realistically, not sure what else you could do there. Arboliva went in. Good plays all around. Love the bring of Storm Drain, Tatsugiri, especially for game 1, because you always expect that it's gonna go Commander, but not in this case. And like you said before, Haze being a very valuable move set to bring for the Murkrow is something. Actually, I'm not sure.
I'm sure that fourth move was Haze. It just didn't need to click it. Like
maybe, yeah.
Once you realize that, like on turn 1 of game 1, Sir Pinky realized that it was Storm Drain. So it's like, you know from there that you don't need to show or click Haze the rest of the time unless something else decided to set up. It would have been interesting because I'm pretty sure the Tazu got a buff from the Storm Drain. It would have been interesting to see if use Haze that way, but luckily Sir Pinky was still able to pick up the dub and is still undefeated as well. And that covers all the games that me and Justin are going over. We will quickly cut to Wex as he discusses his match and the remaining. Well, not his match. My bad.
You can't because he doesn't want to schedule. He doesn't want to play.
He will discover the this English is hard. He will go over the other matches that happened in the UVA Academy right now.
Okay, and we're live. Welcome back to the NDA Podcast. I'm sure Kev and Justin have gone over everything I asked them to, so if not, I'll be giving them a bit of a word. But today, I'm going to be going over the UVA Academy. I think I'm going over 5 matches in total, including one technically from week 4, but it happened already, and a week 3 match hasn't happened already, so, you know. It's actually my game, so. Maui, you're going to get a double dose this week, and next week hopefully Alex is going to get a double dose as well. So 2 Maui games in this. But first, let's start off with this game here. It is Griff against Straw Hat, Zach against Griff. Which start off. Let me just play this right now. Should be going pretty well. Yeah, this game Tink kind of just went in a bit. I know it's not here in turn 1, but I'm thinking it comes out and. Yeah, I mean, once Zach set up the Trick Room with Cress, there's not really much that they could do against it. I'm pretty sure this Greninja dies to Gigaton Hammer next turn or something along those lines. Or Play Rough, that's what it was. But overall, Zach kind of had a bit of a sweep in this match. Mudslap is doing nothing here to Tinkerton. And the Ice Beam coming in on the Dragonite as well with Crest. Like, there's not really much Griff can do in that scenario. I think Griff ends up forfeiting now. He sets up a Griff, but I think Griff thought he died already. Yeah, there's not really much left in this game. Like, it ended pretty quickly. Zach had a pretty clean win. And in game 2, it does end there. Game 2, we have... This one was a bit better. Actually, looking at it now, I think I've got the games mixed around. I think this was game 1. But pretty much the same story. Like, Tink and Crest come out. Ditto comes out here and matched with Crest, but there was a bit of a mix up here. Obviously Trick Room goes up here, but again, Griff undoes the Trick Room, so it was a good turn there. but the following turn, Griff makes a bit of a mistake, predicting Crest to try and set up Trick Room again, but instead just sets it up for Zach again. And at first I thought he might have been a Scarf Ditto, but later on in the game he uses Moonblast, I think. But really, with I know Mudslap was good to get rid of the accuracy, so stuff like Kick and Hammer and Play Rough were less accurate, but I think Zach missed one in the entire set, so unfortunately for Griff, Zach ended up taking this with a bit of a sweep, especially under Trick Room. And Zach is just setting up Calm Mines in Griff's face here, not really knowing that he can't really touch him without the Greninja on the field right now. But yeah, there you can see Griff sets up the Trick Room, not much he can do there. But yeah, it's a bit of a sweep from Zach. Zach did really well. Brute Brawler comes out. I think he spores the Greninja here in a second when he comes back out. But it's just an unfortunate scenario. It just keeps going on. A bit of an unfortunate scenario here for Griff that he gets himself into. Coming out as well once the numbers game comes in and Lando's in. Not much you can do against that, unfortunately. But yeah, we can move on to if this is going to work. There we go. We're going to move on to Germ against Firmbug. Firmbug is finding his feet very, very well with this Perish Trap team, as I'm sure I'll show you in this game. Yeah, Perish Trap, Shed Tail, great move here by Cyclozaar, setting up the Shed Tail, getting in the Gotson, nothing can switch out. Pretty much sentencing the Scoville and Torn to their death in this scenario, because getting that Gothitelle sub down and killing it is just going to be a bit of a pain. Yeah, especially coming in fake on turn 2, losing a turn with the Torn, Solar Beam not really doing much with it against the Protect. Firmbug is really playing with his strengths with this Perish Trap team, I won't lie. I've been doing a couple of the kills for it, and I'm pretty sure Perish Song is one of the highest kills in the league, and Screamtail is definitely up there. I don't have it for certain off the top of my head. I'm pretty sure the guys will go over it eventually. Or I'm pretty sure there's a recap up at this stage because I'm supposed to type one later. But yeah, I mean Firmbug just playing well, using Protect every turn pretty much to positive scenarios like we had just there, the Crunch going into the Gothitelle, and turn before we had the Solar Beam going into the Screamtail. Like, he's protecting very well. He's reading Germ's mind kind of in a way. But yeah, both these go down next turn. I know I love Spite Ops, but he can only do so much to Gothitelle, I suppose, especially with the Citrus in the back. And yeah, another Shed Tail into the Screamtail, and then I'm pretty sure there's another Perish Song coming up here. Yeah, there's Perish Song there. Both of them all on timers, and I mean especially in a Perish Trap team, when it's 3v2 and you're both Perish, like, it's pretty much a game of protect. So you protect, no matter what happens here, Outrage here, getting this thing dead in 2 turns, because this is the main priority, because this thing's probably gonna die. It dies. This in 1 turn, does he go for a double protector? Even in general, just great stuff by using the steel, Terra Steel there. I probably would have opted to stick with the Iron Hit, but at the same time, disabling it's pretty good, because he could have got the flinch there as well. But overall, Firmbug's really finding his feet with this team. Game 2 was a similar enough story. If you go here, nice little double protect from Firmbug to get some scaling to stop the first impression. But again, Gengar this time clicking Perish Song. Obviously saying on there, but obviously it's less good than the Gothitelle, but I mean, having Gengar and Screamtail to both do it at the same time is really dangerous on a team with Gothitelle in the back. Screamtail comes out here, and so does Gothitelle, of course, and Player of Miss, unfortunately. Now probably wouldn't have done a whole lot with -1 attack. But yeah, these two are running the league right now. Well, not right now, but they will. I'm pretty sure it's going pretty well. But yeah, after this pair, there's more. God, apologies. There's a noise beneath my desk. I want to see what it was. But as we're going forward in this game, like, everything's kind of getting slowly ticked down, but Perish Traps are just insane against this team. Spite Ups can do all as much of a Spite Ups fan I am. There's not much you can do in that scenario, unfortunately for Germ. Hopefully Germ can find his feet next. Yeah, we have Ryder against Mao here. San Diego Raichus against the Chicago White Wild Loons. I had the joy of facing Mao this week, so you'll hear about that in a second actually. But I mean, I feel like every game with Ryder, it's the same story. It's Chiyu and Spectre just kind of going off. Now, saying that, Florida has had a really good performance in this match. It's hitting really hard, especially into like Monza. I wouldn't expect it to hit hard into. But yeah, like great double there. But I'm pretty sure there's a nice iron ball trick here. Heatwave destroying Lucario, but Chiyu's gonna be up there like Moonblast 100% onto that. I know he was specs, yeah, he was specs after the iron ball, but Chiyu, it's like every turn I think he's got 3 kills now. Well, no, 2 because one of them was a shadow ball. But Chiyu is just going off right now. There's not much you can do against Chiyu and Spectre. Whatever Ryder has in the back is just secondary at this stage. Like if you can't, like he's pretty much running the league with, or running away with games by just spamming you with special attacks. And if you don't mean to face it, then you're dead. And whatever's in the back is just extra. So Ryder really going hard this season. Wish I was doing the same. But yeah, Mao switches up there in next game and goes into Dragalge. There was a nice double protect here to see what Ryder was going to do. Pretty sure there was a poison terror here into a terror blast. But yeah, I did like the double protect there. But Ryder's switching really. Apologies, I'm home from work. I'm yawning. I'm sorry. Even though there was only a snarl from the Chiyu, and not like a heat wave or anything like that, or an overheat. Yeah, Ryder's switching into different things is really good right now. Obviously Iron Ball goes there, cover cloak there. Just a constant switching, keeping the Spectre and Chiyu alive in the back to deal with, say like the potential glass trigger, to deal with the Abomasnow, or even Lucario in the back. I really like the preservation there by Ryder. Shows his experience in this league. But yeah, as the turns go on, not much happens next 2 turns. But C-Bomb lived there from Dragalge is pretty big. Actually, I thought that might have killed. Could have been next turn. Obviously not. Not the body slam kills. And the Soichi Bass. So again, a double there against that. Coming into Glassdoor Robinson with Chiyu and this in the back. These two can both die if they really want to, because power is obviously nice. But in the back, if you have Chiyu and Spectre, none of these are living really. The Warveil's nice, obviously, but with the sustained pressure, there's not really much Mao can do with knowing there's a Chiyu in the back of this. It's just when, not why or whatever. It's just when it's gonna happen. There's no ifs. I think stay alive for another turn, then 2 guys come in. Overheat does that, but I'm pretty sure Spectre finishes it up, and then next like he can't kill 2 of them at the same time, especially with a para. Didn't actually notice that in the first time, but even the overheat at -2 gets a kill on 4 times as effective. But yeah, that's pretty much all happened in that game. And then yeah, me and Alex are playing on Wednesday this week. I don't know if it's gonna be up by then. Who knows? Depends on when Kev gets his done, and then maybe we'll edit. But we're going to talk through the week 4 matchup between me and Mao. If I can, that's a bit of a spoiler there. But yeah, we can go through replays. Whoa. Whoa. Apologies for that. There we go. Yeah, this is a good lead by me. Obviously the throw shop and the there's supposed to be a volt switch into this. Just trying to get this thing down because I thought he was going to set up like a trick him for like a glass trigger in the back, something along those lines. Obviously he kills himself with Rocky or with I die and like kill myself. Nothing really happens there. Pretty sure there's a protect here. Yeah, like not much really happens here, but overall I was playing well. I felt pretty confident in what I was doing. Next turn, even with the close combat. Apologies for that. Even with close combat, I was able to live. There's just a kill or die damage in there, kill it here. I just got the momentum, and once I got the momentum in this matchup, I was rolling pretty much for a while. And yeah, that's kind of how this matchup ended. I know we got a bit of a differential in the end there, but I won game 1. Game 2 went a bit different, unfortunately, as you can get spoiled there. This did go to 3, I tried to be a bit smart here, predicting the ally switch, because I know Mao has been using it a lot recently. I predicted the ally switch doubling into this slot with Lucario. Unfortunately, it didn't work. That would have been nice to pull off, but him getting an early Dazzle Gleam off wasn't fun for me because I knew this thing was dead. I unfortunately misclicked the Ghost Terror here. Sacred Sword I knew was going to kill, and I think I Volt Switched into here to try and get some chip. Yeah, I mean, I was just being a bit silly with it because I knew Dazzle Gleam here kills. Like, that was just unfortunate for me with the Terra, because I would have Terra'd here later when this happened. There's an ally switch, I think, that happened the following turn. Leaf Storm was a bit sloppy again. Like, I don't know. I feel like I could have played a lot better, so I was being a bit cocky. I got doing an extra iron defense for no reason when I could have just easily body press and stuff like that. It was just unnecessary, and this was a bit annoying. Gets a 3% live there, and then Leaf Storm puts him down at 2%. A double kill there would have won me the game. I'm nearly certain of it. I think it's a lot in the back or something he said, but that's, you win some, you lose some at that stage. But anyway, I was hopeful going into the last game. Could have won that easily, but unfortunately for me, as he got spoiled again there. Turn 1, Dragapult, Chimpo. Had a couple options here, but thought that the best option was to Willow the Glass Chair. And of course, I missed the Willow. So that kind of ruined me. Even though I dealt 50% damage there, I knew I was dead with the Dazzling Gleam and I think he used close combat here, did he? Or Heavy Slam. I knew he was doubling this slot, unfortunately. Because when I brought in the Rotom, I was okay with that though, because if I brought in the Rotom here, I have Hex on the Rotom. Even though he does, I predicted the ally switch here because he does ally switch. I went to try and kill this thing, but I should have focused that, to be honest. I would have had Hex for the Glass Chair, would have focused that. Glass Chair dead that turn, and then I would have just tried to I just keep Willow spamming and Hex spamming. Phantom Force was just a desperation move. Realistically, I should have Willowed again, but I was just a bit tilted at that stage. I just want to hit a move for sure. Stomping Tantrum kills, of course it does with Terra Steel. And yeah, just kind of sold there for a bit. Like, another live for the Giraffe was pretty big. Should have doubled the Giraffe there, but yeah, it's annoying. Unfortunately, I kind of want to kill this thing. Close combat kills, of course. And then this thing is just staring down a losing battle, unfortunately. But yeah, I get some differential, I guess. I'm pretty sure I don't, but I think I get some more differential here with the Farigiraf after next turn. Yeah, so hey ho, you win some, you lose some. But yeah, fair play to Mel. He played better than me, so he won. Simple as. We're going to our final game of the week. Jersey Jumpluff and Koopa against the Jacksonville Moltres and Jam. Now, the story of this game, give me 2 seconds. Apologies. Game of the week. Yeah, Koopa and Jam. Sorry. Yeah, start off with a Boom Heatran, leave for Koopa, and into Delphox Mouse, I believe. Yep, for Jam. Now, something I was pretty astounded by. Apologies, keep getting interrupted. Boom Heatran, Delphox Mouse Ape. In grassy terrain, Delphox ends up dying to. Well, actually, sorry, is it this turn? This Delphox dies to an Earth Power in grassy terrain. Like, wow, that's a really strong Heatran there. I know it's even after the whatever it's called, Fake Out, but I mean, it doesn't really stop Jam because Mouse Ape beat up. It's pretty good. Yeah, I mean, Mouse Ape beat up. I used it last season with it's a good success, I would say, with Annihilate. I think Rage Fist is a pretty good move, and by that I mean it's probably the best move in the format right now, other than like Surging Strikes or Wicked Blow. It's not the best move in the format, but yeah, this mouse will stayed alive for way too long for my liking, to be honest. Rage Fist just kind of went off a bit. True Reflect, it was dealing stupid damage even to like a Rotom. Mouse Ape obviously getting a miss there, unfortunately. Pretty sure there's another Rage Fist coming out. Paralyzed there. Pretty sure it kept hitting through Paras, so Klefki was just kind of here doing nothing for a little bit. Got faked out. And then obviously the protect happened, not very much there. Annihilate. Even though there's a stomping tantrum like what's the word? Threat here, doesn't hesitate with fire with Grassy turning up as well. Which I kinda like to see. Like Jam obviously not really caring about the the earth move, the ground type moves there. Tauros, who I completely forgot with Intimidate how good it was, like 30% with -1, and Grassy turn up stomping tantrum does nothing. Jam gets a pretty convincing win in that game. Game 2 went a bit different. Something I love to see is different mons doing well, such as this Drifblim that comes out for Koopa. Setting up an early Tailwind, and the Tailwind and Heatwave synergy here from Heat trying to do tons of damage here from our next turn into Mouseape after the beat up. Shadow Baldies a lot, and with the Heatwave kills the Mousehold straight away. Great stuff there. I know, obviously, Rage Fist kills the Heatran, but I mean, a 1-for-1 Heatran with Mouseape is pretty even if you ask me. Maybe not even exactly, but it's pretty good. And there was a Will-O-Wisp miss there from Drifblim onto the Tauros. I have hiccups, apologies. And I still protect the Scout and stop the Tailwind. But Drifblim's just going to be there next turn to set up Tailwind again, get a nice little nasty play off. Drifblim tanking the Miscal Fire, but pretty sure it dies this turn, does it? Oh, it lives. I actually missed that completely when I was reviewing the game beforehand. Yeah, nice little live. Then we have a nice little Aquajet, obviously, to kill it. But that takes a turn away from the Tauros, who just can't help but see the Rotom Wash take down the Delphox. And a nice little move here with a Shockwave from Rotom. Obviously ignoring all the evasion boosts and such. I'm assuming that was in case Muck came and stuff like that. Completely understandable. You don't want to get caught into that trap, of course. One Hammer doing stupid amounts of damage there to the Annihilate, and Shockwave killing off the Tauros at plus 2. So going into game 3. Sorry, I'm reviewing my notes here. They are in pink, so I don't know if you're really seeing. But yeah, most normal strategy of all time. When in doubt, mouse hold. And Annihilate ends up winning everything because it's just that damn good. And even after the mouse hold goes down here to the Heat Wave, if I can go back one turn, apologies. Even after the mouse goes down to the Heat Wave and the Super Fang, or not Super Fang, it was just the Heat Wave, was it? It was a crit on the Heat Wave. Yeah, Annihilate kind of goes off because he knows he has the Rage Fist boost, and Meowscarada being able to hit obviously through any attack drops or any defense boosts or reflects or whatever with the crits. With that Flower Trick, and especially you've seen a bit with the U-turn, I'm pretty sure it has. Does pretty well now. It does get parried here by the Klefki, the Annihilate, but it seems even after, like, I think it gets parried and it gets flinched as well. There was a nice little switch out into the Tauros to get some Intimidates off here as well in a second. Get some nice Intimidates off, get a Reflect off. Meowscarada comes back. In this scenario, after the fake out and such, there's not really, that was a great protect obviously there. Not really much you can do against a Flower Trick here. Now it does protect, I think, this turn, but that was the Intimidate I was looking at to stop the Rillaboom from doing much. U-turn out, get the Annihilate back in to be able to hit something big next turn. Tauros does go down here, I believe, to a Shockwave or Hydro Pump. Oh, I thought it was Shockwave. But Annihilate and Meowscarada story, or name of the story once again. Annihilate kills the Rillaboom here with a Rage Fist, I think, and Rotom protects himself from a Flower Trick, I think, if my memory serves me correct. Oh no, he just goes for a Protect. Just been the next turn that there was a Rage. It was Flower Trick here, and there's a Stomping Tantrum, does 35 again. In under that, does nothing. Rage Fist kills, and Jam picks up the win. That is all the games I'm going to cover today. So I'm going to throw it back to Kevin, Justin, and from me, yeah, hope you guys are having a good week. I will see you back live next week for whatever I'm recording. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. It's been a pleasure, and I'll see you guys next week. Kevin, Justin, back to you.
And we're back. Wex did a terrible no, I'm kidding. Wex did a wonderful job of going over all the other games, and Justin, we can look into the next week unless you have something to say real quick.
No, I mean, I love this coverage of the San Diego Raichus versus Chicago White Sox.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I think that was probably one of his better jobs he's done so far. Of just for a little foreshadowing here, not foreshadowing. What would the word be? I don't know. I'm slow. I got no ridges in my brain, so.
Can we like?
Anyway, moving on.
You'll cover this. No. You know what? We're just gonna say scroll, Justin, scroll, side scroll. No score. Actually, no, they're in the middle. Wait, look at the team. Wait, look at the teams. Look at the team. Go to the teams page. No, we're doing some week 4 matchups here.
Wait, we can't.
Oh no!
Go to tiers.
These are some great tiers, guys. Yeah, me versus Phoenix happened. That was a thing. That's game of the week apparently. This is our own fault, because spoilers, and we're really behind. But let's see, just help. Yep. The entire let's see this. Justin, type in P.
Legally, I don't know if I'm allowed to do that.
Let's try to just remember.
PNC Bank. See Pokemon with minimize. See, I'm.
Justin, go to the NDA Discord and go to the week 4 replays. They're all spoiler free.
Yes.
Can we?
I can. I don't know. Can I shift that?
I think you should be able to. On this.
Hold
on.
Change windows. I'm gonna change windows. Here we go.
Pog. All right. Any games to talk about here? Yeah, that's a great example game right there. Really thrilling.
This is really. I think ISI in Simple and DDs. I think they did pretty well.
Yep.
I have no idea who the hell that is, but.
Yeah. Nope. The Istanbul and DDs won. Good call. Oh no, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, I guess there's a best of 3.
Unfortunate.
Yeah.
We have Riolu and Charisma. That is a match. Maybe. We have Jam and Griffin.
Yes,
definitely was a match. I don't know if we can just like we can't have a game of the week. Everything already happened for the most part. We can do a game of the week for UVA that didn't happen yet. We'll have our first game of the week will be week 3, Wex versus the the whatever team he has to play. I forget already. And the week 4 game of the week will say is Wex again? No, or did Wex play? No, Wex and Mal played.
It's gonna be Straw Hat.
Okay, Straw Hat versus Germ. What a let's look at those teams. Change windows again. I'm sorry, everyone, if you're still watching. This is
wait. How do I show the teams?
Change windows.
Oh, where am I going? I don't know.
Go back to the dock. Go to the screenshot page.
Oh, I changed windows on my end. I was freaking out. I changed windows on my end. The whole time I was. Man, I told you I got no ridges.
Smooth brain. We can see everything. What's this Windows? Justin's getting very doxed right now. I apologize. Go to screenshot. Type in Straw Hat.
Right here?
Yeah. No, space.
Straw Hat.
No, there's a space and a capital H.
Okay.
Yeah, click. Now let go of let go of the tab. No, it didn't work. What the hell is his team name?
It's not Straw Hat.
It is Straw Hat.
His team name is not Straw Hat.
Bro, his team name is literally Straw Hat.
Nuh-uh.
I swear to God.
Nuh-uh.
It's one word, the capital H. One word, capital H.
You're spaced.
Brother in Christ.
Oh, wow.
Well, that didn't work. Okay, just go to the teams tab. God damn it.
Well,
Here,
what if I do it here?
here at the NDA podcast, we are because that's no. Look at the frame. What is going on? Why is it? Why does it say Kev? Why does it say Kev? What is going on?
I don't know.
Oh wait! Oh, go above it! Go above it! Go above it! Go above it!
Ah!
God, we have autism. I swear. There it is! Woo! No, not Germ. You. Oh my! There we go! Yay! We did it!
Let me see, Mo.
Okay. Thoughts, Justin, before we end? Because God, this is awful.
What are we ending? My life?
Yes, that too. I see. Jerem might struggle with Trick Room.
Well, if
He-
Will showed us anything, Germ should go Bleakwind Force, and it counters a lot of his.
Yeah, Bleakwind Forest. That's totally a move.
Bleakwind Storm. Fuck me, dude. Man, I don't know.
I
I'm frazzled.
think Jerem should bring Fungus and a counter to Brute.
Fungus.
Yeah, Jerem should bring Fungus and a counter to Brute Bonnet so he can win in Trick Room. I think Straw Hat should go Trick Room and try and win.
I think Bleakwind Storm, just spam it in rain.
Okay. So
And
basket,
then
you should bring the Basket
and then-
Legion.
And then bring Spidops.
Um,
Spidops goes ham.
No.
You get to Terra Dark, dude.
No.
Oh my! Spidops destroys Cresselia and obliterates Haunter. Metacham can't do shit. I mean, it can actually do a lot. But... Then you put it next to Jigglypuff, and you get the defense boost because you have the ability. It's a Friend Guard, right?
Are you done yet?
And yeah.
Okay, good. All right. Don't bring Spidops. Spidops back. Although.
Say it.
Yo, Brute Bonnet is 4 times weak, so you know.
That's what you didn't even let me finish. And Cresselia, you get the bug, and the Tropius.
Yep.
It's neutral. I think. Or it's super. I
Yo,
don't know.
Spidops max attack choice band bug move. Bet you doesn't even do half the Cresselia. Guaranteed.
Hey, let's not destroy the fun here. We're having a good time.
Were we?
We were having a great time. We're having a great time, and then you had to go and say that. Like, I don't know why you decided to speak up. I just, you know what?
You know what?
That wraps it up.
Yeah. Who do you think wins? Call it.
Germ.
I'll go Straw Hat for just being different. I'll say
Okay, well, Baxcalibur clicks Ice Shard into Landorus.
that is very true. That is a good point.
Basque Legion just goes in on a lot of this team.
That's fair. But
And Cinderace just
But
goes strong.
can Germ stop Trick Room? Wait and find out on next week of the NDA podcast. Justin, you can outro us.
Thank you guys so much for watching, tuning in, listening, supporting, etc. We appreciate it. Thank you so much for Wex to not be here so that this shit house can go on.
Wex, we need you back.
Wex. No, we're fine. We can do without him. We did a great job today.
I think so.
I think it was an amazing job. And then thank you, Kevin, for joining me and, throwing shit against the wall and hoping it sticks.
It's stuck all right.
Yeah, I got a meal for later. A little bit got under my nail. I'm gonna bite on it when I'm hungry. With that being said, I think that ends my
Everything.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for listening, and we will catch you guys next week, which for us will probably be in a couple of days, when we'll talk about the Week 4 games that have gone on, and then a little preview into Week 5 and the Week 5 game of the week. So, thank you guys so much, and we'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.
Goodbye.